will present about our science project. Yay!
So let's introduce ourselves. So this is my name is Yuka, number 2.
Vietnam number 26.
I'm Ken, number 19.
People number 11.
Henry number 20. Thank you number 12. And Earth number 9.
Okay, so
Let's proceed.
Yeah.
Oh hi, my name is Ruth, number 24. L2 number 15 number 9. So I gonna present about Earth.
Our Earth consists of 3 layers: the crust, mantle, and core. The crust is made up of rock and minerals. Much of the crust is covered by water, sand, soil, and ice. Below the loose layer of soil, sand and crumbled rocks found on Earth is the bedrock, which is a solid rock. The crust made up less than 1% of Earth's mass. There are 8 elements that made up 99% of Earth's crust. There are oxygen, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, calcium, sodium, potassium, and iron. The continents are about 35 kilometers thick, and the ocean floors are about 8 kilometers thick. The mantle is the layer below the crust. It is the solid casing of the Earth and is about 2,900 kilometers thick. It makes up about 70% of the Earth's mass. It is made of silicon, magnesium, oxygen, aluminum, and iron. Its temperature is between 500 Celsius and 2000 Celsius. The core is the center of the Earth. It makes up about 30% of the Earth's mass. The outer core is mainly made of molten iron and nickel, and it is about 2,200 kilometers thick. Its temperature is between 4,000 Celsius and 6,000 Celsius. The inner core is about 1,280 kilometers thick and is made of solid iron and nickel. This is mainly due to the extreme pressure. Its temperature can be as high as 7,000 Celsius. Slow process change the surface of the Earth. Some changes on the Earth's surface are caused by slow process, such as weathering, erosion, and deposition. These processes occurred over a billion of years ago. Weathering. It is a process where a rock is broken down into smaller pieces on the Earth's surface. There are 3 types of weathering, namely physical, biological, and chemical weathering. Physical weathering, also called mechanical weathering, break down the rocks without changing their chemical position. This process occurs mainly due to temperature change, when there is a big difference between the day and night temperatures. During the rock, the outer layer of rock is hot while in the center is cold. So outer layer of the rock expands slightly at night when temperature is dropped. The outer layers cool faster than its center and contact slightly. After some time, the outer layer of rock cracks and breaks off. In very cold areas, weathering involves water. When water in the crack of the rock freezes, it expands. This expansion widens the cracks. After some time, the rocks are broken down into pieces. This process is known as ice wedging. Living things contribute to biological weathering. Roots grow to cracks of the rocks where water and nutrients might be. As the roots grow, they wedge the rocks apart. Sometimes burrowing animals and even humans break down the rocks into smaller pieces. Chemical weathering involves chemical reaction wherein is natural slightly acidic as the carbon dioxide dissolved in it. Some rocks such as limestone have minerals in them that react with acidic rainwater. The chemical reaction make the rock weathering. Erosion. Through weathering, large rock broken down into smaller pieces and movable pieces, then they transport through erosion. Erosion is a process of the transportation of rocks and soil material or sediment by natural agents such as running water, wave, pressure, and wind. Wind washes the sediment into a stream. Wind may blow them away. Glacier can carry them away too. Landslide and mudslide happen when the soil and rock on a slope unstable and tumble or slide down the slope. Deposition. Deposition occurs when movement of sediments slows or stops and sediments are lightly dropped. This happens when the agents of erosion are losing their energy and slowing down. Usually, heavy and larger sediments are deposited first before less denser sediments. Deposition creates many types of landforms on the earth, such as the sand dune in the desert and deltas at river mouths.
So, thank you for watching.
Oh hey guys, my name is Kilapat Ridikan, M223, today I'm gonna present about energy sources.
There are two types of energy sources. First one are non-renewable energy sources. Non-renewable energy sources are the energy sources that can be recycled and may run out soon. Most of them are fossil fuel. There are three types of fossil fuel. First one is coal, formed by sedimenting of dead plants. We use it as a fuel to burn, which there are four types of coal. First 2 of them are bituminous coal and anthracite coal. These two coals are the oldest type and have most of carbon contained. Another two younger types are subbituminous coal and lignite coal. They have less carbon contained. Second of fossil fuel is the petroleum, formed by decaying and sedimenting of the plankton. Under the great pressure and heat, they become the oil. Petroleum includes the crude oil, natural gases, and tar. We use it as the fuel for the transportation vehicles and for making plastic. Last one is oil shale, formed by sedimenting and releasing the petroleum-like liquid of the rock called kerosene. The usage is the same as the petroleum. Second type of energy sources are the renewable energy sources. They are the energy sources that can be recycled and never run out. first example is the sun. The sun gives both of the heat and light energy. We use it to heat up and dry the food, and we can convert it to electricity for everything. Also, plants use the sun energy to photosynthesis. Next example is wind. We use the wind turbine and dynamo to convert the wind to the electricity. Last example is running water, as known as hydroelectric energy. Fast running water will turn the turbine in the dam quickly, and the dynamo convert the energy from turbine rotation to the electricity.
Thank you for watching my presentation.
Hi, I'm Supergrid Denham Penrose, M215, number 26. Today I'm gonna present about soil. Soil are inorganic matters such as rocks and organic matters called humus. Soil also have water and soil organisms in it. Good quality soil should have 45% inorganic matters, 5% organic matters, and 50% water and air. There are three types of soil: sandy, clay, and loamy soil. Each have different properties such as color based by humus, texture based by soil particles, structure based by the soil, patterns, and consistency based by the soil moisture. Soil profile are layers of soil underground that have different materials in it. First, we have horizontal, or first layer of the profile. It's high in humus and moisture. Second, we have horizon A, or topsoil. This layer is the beginning of inorganic materials, soil, but still have humus and soil organism. Third, we have horizon B, or subsoil. This layer have low organic materials but have light color and dense. Fourth, we have horizon C. This layer contains weathering materials and most root won't penetrate this layer. Last, we have horizon R, or bedrock. This layer contains hard rocks, and this is the base of the soil profile. Soil formation have different factors, such as materials, climate, photography, biomass, and time. Soil formed by small rocks that been weathering and organic matters. Soil can be used in different things like for plants, absorb water, and making materials. Soil pH can affect the soil. Good soil should have neutral pH or 6 to 7. If soil have low pH, we can add limestone and another high pH materials. Or if the soil have high pH, we can add sulfur and another low pH materials too.
Oh, hi guys. So I used a lot of voice from that, presentation, so I need to drink some water. Thank you for listening.
Bingo, what is water?
I don't know.
Do you know what is water?
Nope.
Do you want to know it?
Yes.
There are two types of water. First one is surface water. Surface water is the water that collects on the surface of the earth. This includes seas, oceans, streams, lakes, canals, and swamps. When it rains or snows, some of it is absorbed by plants and evaporate into air, but some water that isn't absorbed by the surrounding area is known as runoff. Next one is groundwater. Groundwater is the water beneath the surface of the ground in the zone of saturation. This zone, the space between soil particles, is saturated with water. Above this zone is the zone of aeration. In this zone, the space between soil particles is filled with both air and water. The water table is boundary between these two layers. Groundwater comes from rain and snow. Groundwater is clean because the soil helps filter and clean the water. Water are consumed by living things. For survival, we use water to do many things, so we have to conserve water. The way to save water is wash only full loads of clothes in washing machine. Take a shower instead of soaking in tubs. Fix dripping taps. Next, I'm gonna talk about hazard due to surface water and groundwater. First, surface water flooding occurs when the runoff cannot soak into the ground or drain into urban drainage system. Soil erosion occurs when the runoff flows on the bare soil. It removes the topsoil that usually contains most nutrients and organic matter. Soil loss is gradual that it usually go unnoticed. When more water runs into tiny flowing channels, it erodes more and deepens the channel. A landslide is the movement of rock and soil down a slope. Landslides are often triggered when receive too much water, especially during a monsoon season. A sinkhole is a hole in the ground formed when the soil below it collapses. This happens when the rock beneath it is dissolved by water. And the last one is land subsidence. Land subsidence is the gradual sinking of the ground due to mainly the removal of groundwater, oil, and natural minerals from the ground.
Thank you. Today we will talk about forest, earth, power.
Okay, let's just start with the work. Work is a product of the force that makes the displacement in the direction of the force. The formula of work is work equal force time displacement, or work equal force time displacement and cos theta. If we use the cos theta, if it has an angle of the force, the unit of work is a Newton meter or joule. If applied force to an object and it makes the displacement in same direction of force, the work is done. But if the work isn't done or don't have displacement, the work will be equal 0 joule. Example like we pushing the wall. It also be like that. If the force is perpendicular to displacement, work will be 0 joule too. Example, we lift the box and walk around the floor. Okay, next is the power. Power is the rate which work is done. How quickly work can be done? The formula of work is the power equal work divided by time, or force time displacement and divided by time, and equal force time speed. Unit of power is watt or joules per second. We can increase power by increase the work or decrease the time.
Hello, my name is Thierry, M2/15, number 20, and today I'm gonna talk about simple machines.
Simple machines are devices that help us to do work easier. They reduce the force or the displacement needed to do the work, but they do not reduce the total work done. There are a few types of simple machines, such as levers, inclined planes, pulleys, wedges, screws, and wheels and axles.
Hello, my name is Ken and I'm from M2/15, number 19, and I'm going to present about the energies like some potential energies and kinetic energy. So let's see what I'm going to talking about. Let's get it.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is gonna pick my bag. It's very good, and I'm gonna just bring it over here. It's not falling because I'm holding it, and it is one of the gravitational potential energy. And if I make it fall, it's kinetic energy, but doesn't. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm gonna throw it. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I have my rock, just a small rock. I'm gonna throw it in the water so I can show you the come on, follow me. So I can show you the kinetic force, kinetic energy, whatever. Yeah, I throw it. It's good. And stop recording me, please. Okay, to start off, I'm gonna take my bag and bring it over. No, not there. Yep, right over there. And I'm gonna show you the gravitational potential energy. So it won't fall down because I'm holding it. And this one is kinetic energy because it falls, yeah, like that. It's very good. Better way to throw the bag. Okay, so never mind it. Just throw it. Okay, so I've got my rock, and this one is small rock, not a big rock. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it into water. Not yet. Come on, follow me, please. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the kinetic energy. Yep, that's kinetic energy. Very good. And stop recording me, please. I'm gonna punch you.